at least -2 out there. But my body runs hot, and um I enjoy the cold. I was raised in Canada, so this cold I'm not unfamiliar with it. And when we were kids, they used to send us outside with hail and all kinds of stuff, and I'd be like, "Are you kidding me right now?" Well, it served a purpose because now I can pretty much do anything in the cold. So I just want to touch base. Just in my run, I found, for those of you who were pleading for me to go find a different route, I did. I did find another route. I have to alter it a bit to make it a 3K run. But because I've been doing 3K for so long, I can kind of gauge when I've kind of hit 3K. Thank you for the hearts. Love you, love you. So I just did my 3K, and I'm working on doing, what I'm trying to do is this, okay? In regard for myself, this is my challenge for myself. Shalom, shalom. Beautiful chosen one. Okay, so I seem to be in a competition that I didn't sign up for. For some reason. What the heck? And my standard for for beauty has been God directed. And even when I didn't know, when I was a child, I was raised on a lot of sweets. My mother can cook, she can bake, so a lot of things that I ate was chocked full of refined sugar. So as I got older and realized that refined sugar is associated with asthma, arthritis, dementia, everything that ails us. Because remember, we start off as one cell, so all of our cells are impacted the same way. Whether it's an eye or a foot, it's all coming from the same cell. They just are based on our genetics or our DNA. They develop into something specific, right? So it does a different job. But ideally, our body, the cells are the cells. If you've taken biology in any, like in elementary school, this one cell does the same thing. It all has mitochondria. It has, it all does the same thing. When they divide and keep dividing and become different parts of the body, they have different functions. But ideally, if I take a plant, one of the plants I have in here, take a piece off it and put another pot, it's still the same. It's still that same plant. It's just in a different pot, right? It's serving a different purpose in a different pot. My point is that there's a lot of people, based on our programming, the programming of today, this generation's programming, to believe that if you weren't born a certain way, that God made a mistake, that we need to go out there and get things plumped up or taken out or whatever else. And I'm not hating on it. I think there's great artists out there that are designing these different people's bodies. But ideally, if we're putting things in our body that are not ours, our body eventually will reject it. So we don't even know the long-term effects of what we're putting in our bodies, really, because we haven't lived long enough to see that. So what the Lord has directed me to do is to, and people say you cannot spot train. You can. Absolutely, you can definitely spot train. So based on the stage of life that I'm in, I am my own competition. I'm not watching anybody else. I don't care what anyone else brings to the table. You could have no butt, all butt. You could have big boobs, no boobs. All I know is I was designed for somebody. God designed me for a specific person. And when God aligns me with that person, I will be the perfect person for that person, right? I'm not trying to be a perfect person for everybody's man. I'm trying to be a perfect person for my man, whoever that's supposed to be. Yes, everything that we consume is tampered and poisoned somehow, either through direct, like pesticides, herbicides, or chemtrails, or genetic modification. So what the Lord led me to understand, and I keep telling people this, but unless they're awakened, it's just annoying, so I just stop talking about it. Our bodies were designed. We didn't just explode into existence. We have a creator, okay? Now, our creator designed us, but he didn't design us and say, go figure out how you're going to live. He provided food for us, right? But he foresaw us, and he foreknew what was going to happen. The Bible was written in its entirety till this time. Revelation is unfolding before our eyes. So if he foreknew us, he knew that when they started to poison the food and started to genetically modify the food and convince us that something that they created is better for us than what God created, that we would need a means to purify the body, to cleanse the body, to detoxify the body, to repair the body. Our bodies can repair itself straight. And how it does that is through fasting. I don't want to hear, and if anyone comes on my comments and says anything about fasting, I'm going to block and delete you, because this is not the place for your opinion to matter. I've already done a 40-day fast of strictly water. And if I knew what I knew about like sea salt and natural salt right now, I mean, then I would have incorporated a little bit of sea salt as I went along. Our bodies, when we go into sleep mode at night, it repairs itself. And when they say that an older person needs more sleep, it's because we're older. We have more cells. Our cells don't regenerate as much as it does when we're younger. So we do need more sleep. And the more sleep we get, the more that our bodies rejuvenate, repair, detox, right? That some of the most beautiful people that I've ever seen or know get sleep, get sleep. The Lord has also led me to understand about ghrelin, which is the hunger hormone, and about the youth hormones that is produced when you fast, and about how our bodies break down food, how our bodies signal that it's starving. Wow. Okay, so you have chronic pain and rarely sleep. Are you on medication? If you're on medication, this is not even I can't even talk about it right now. I may have to come on again and go into depth with that, because our bodies weren't designed tons. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to pray about this. Why? It's because what the pharmaceutical companies do not benefit if you're well. They benefit if you're dependent, if you constantly go back and get more medication. And all people want to do is feel good. They want to feel good and live, okay? I'm not even too sure if they want to live long. They just want to live without pain. So it's to their benefit to say, you know what, you need this medication. And especially when you're watching these pharmaceutical companies advertise their medication on television, they zip through the fine print. It may cause this. If you listen, you'll probably be able to predict what you're going to get next, because it tells you, it tells you what the stuff you're taking is going to do to your body. Okay, so I'm not hating on anybody who's in the pharmaceutical companies, who's a doctor, who's a nurse, because I was in nursing, and I was in nursing because I wanted to help people. I hated to see people in pain. The Lord allowed me to be in nursing when nursing was a 3-year course for half the time. And then I got pregnant with my daughter, and I had to leave. Something else happened too, but I'll discuss it in another video. But I had to leave because I decided that I wasn't going to spend my hours dealing with strangers when I have a child at home that's being raised by someone. And at that time, I realized I don't even trust the people in my life to help me raise my child. So I changed my focus to something else. Oh, you know what? Okay, so my dear sister here, Jennifer, she says that she has a spinal cord injury. I'm not too sure. How did you come across this? Like, did you have an accident? Did you fall? Is it something that just kind of like developed over time? How did you get this injury? Because our bodies, okay, so when I did my 40-day fast, for those of you who weren't around when I did it, for the first 4 or 5 days, I was for the first 2-3 days, I was hungry. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm not a doctor. And I know people will say, like, it'd be wrong to say anything because I'm not a doctor. So I'm saying I'm not a doctor. Okay. What I'm going to direct you to do is I'm going to pray and ask God, because what you do to your body, it's your body. Because if you continue to listen to what the doctors tell you, then it's a choice you're making. Okay. I know for sure what I'm doing right now is I'm letting God direct me, because this is my body. I answer to God for what goes in it, what comes out of it, who I allow around it, in it, on it. I have to answer to God for it. So in regards to you, first of all, I am so sorry you're going through the pain you're going through. Um, Secondly, I'm sure they're telling you to not stop taking the medication. Okay. I know that's aspirin. You're probably beyond the point of taking aspirin. You're probably in pain. That aspirin, you're probably taking something much stronger than aspirin. Um, I know Dr. Sabi, when he was alive, had people who had all types of issues and helped them heal. I know this is more so viral and things like in regards to what you put in your body. I don't know how much work he did with people who had injuries, long-term injuries. Okay. Um, like I said, I don't want to get myself in trouble here with the platform. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to pray about it. I'm going to ask God to direct me. And every time I come on, I see different people that I haven't seen in a while, which is unfortunate because I wish I could have you all on at the same time. But because I want you to be able to come back and hear God always answers me. I want you to hear what He's directed me to discover. Because, like I said, think about it this way: before He created people, He created animals. Right? He created the world and He said, "This is beautiful. This is great. I'm going to create Adam and Eve." That's what He did, right? So the animals were here before us, and He allowed us to name them. Which means the cells and the organs, the muscles, bones, and stuff like that, that idea, the cells started with animals first, not with us. He perfected it with us. Okay, because He gave us a soul and He gave us feelings and He gave us emotions and we developed relationships. The animals do the kind of the same thing, but it's very much more primitive than how we are. We're much more advanced, much more complicated, complex creatures. As I say that, um, when an animal gets hurt in the wilderness, they don't go to the hospital. They don't find an animal general hospital to go to. They go somewhere, they lay down. They don't even eat. They just lay. Okay? You don't find a whole bunch of animals laying around the place unless they've actually been hit by a car and they didn't survive. If they've survived and they're hurt, unless someone finds them, and like if someone finds a deer or whatever and they help save, thank God that there's people who are compassionate towards animals, who when they do see an animal they help them. Like that means and ideally this is how it's supposed to be. We as living creatures are supposed to help each other. Plants give us oxygen, we breathe and give them carbon dioxide. We're all meant to work, live together harmoniously. Unfortunately, the enemy has come in and causes division, jealousy, hatred, all kinds of stupidness. But the point is God made it so it was to be beautiful. We're all supposed to work interconnectedly, if that's a word. So anyway, I'm going to tell you that when I did my 40-day fast, I had alopecia, so I was losing hair up here. This is from the perming that was going on. I had brown spots in my eye here and here, which made my eyes look like they were crossed almost a little bit. And as you can see, I don't have that anymore. That was from my kidney. I had asthma. I had shoot, what else did I have? Oh God. I had a few things. Oh, I had when I had breastfed my first daughter, I had a fever. She had ripped my nipple, and I had this thing where the milk wouldn't flow, and it had a numbness that you couldn't have feeling here. After the 40-day fast, I got feeling back. So I'm going to tell you that I am living proof, honest to God, that when you fast, your body goes into repair. Now, I don't know about cycles of fasting. Let's just say you fasted for, like, you went to sleep tonight at 6, you didn't eat the next day, and you started eating again the next morning at 6. That's a period of you're gonna get some repair going in that time. Now, if you're just starting to fast, you're just learning how to fast, you can start off by like omitting things like carbs or whatever, just eating vegetables, things that kind of come through your body easily, so that because if you fast and you've been eating steak and hamburgers and stuff like that, when you fast, your body eating food triggers your digestive system to move. You're going to end up fasting and having food sitting in your stomach or in your gut for a period, most likely, if you don't like do something to cleanse it first. So that's why I'm suggesting eating like either, you know, carnivorous. Is that carnivorous? Where like lettuce, kale, broccoli, stuff like that. That would kind of get the system moving. It doesn't cling to the sides of the colon. That one, when you do your fast, you're not having to worry about too much about bowel movements. I'm not saying you're not going to have a bowel movement, because I had a bowel movement 20 days in to my my 40-day fast. Like, I was still excreting things, and that told me, one, it was, I saw parasites, and I also saw I guess bile, because bile is, your body's going to produce bile if you're secreting secreting things from your colon. But also what else, um decrepit, decaying cells. Your body does have cells that it no longer needs, that's old, that are old. Your body uses it as fuel, and you develop new ones. So in regards to your injury, your body can repair. Now, I can't speak too much about that, because the Lord only led me to understand things about, like, um if you have like a sickness, like a virus or something like that, your body can go through fasting and repair itself. Like, put your body in a position where the virus cannot survive in the body. Remember, a virus is a living thing. A virus is a living thing. Bacteria, bacteria, fungus, they're all living, and they need a certain environment to live. Just like a plant. If I put my plant in a pot full of rice, it's not going to survive, because it's not designed to grow in rice. It's designed to grow in soil. So I'm talking your ear off. I'm going to pray about it, and you pray about it too. I'm going to see if I can find any information about it, because to me, the biggest influences for me in relations to health have been when God directs me to someone who's been told, you don't have much time to be here, and they say, no, I'm going to live, and they find other means to find health, to find health without being dependent on. You have pneumonia right now. Pneumonia, is that not like a cold, like a sickness, like a cold? Because if you have pneumonia, um I see, and I'm guessing now. I don't even. I'm not sure. Pneumonia is almost like the higher end. If you're gonna see a hierarchy, the highest end of being of fighting off some kind of sickness. So there's pneumonia, there's a flu, there's a cold. Okay, pneumonia. And what are you doing for pneumonia? You are diagnosed. Are you? Did they send you home? Are you at the? Are you talking to me from the hospital right now? Where are you at right now? Are you home? Well, that's the medication you're taking. Why do I recognize that? That's for. Okay. 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 Well, so what I'm gonna say, and how long are you supposed to be taking the meds for? How long are they giving you? Like 2 weeks. Gee whiz. Are you gonna? How many medications are you? I'm scared to ask how much medication you're on. I really am. Because it's almost like the one thing that you take that's supposed to be like not a big deal. Like, I'm young enough to 10 more 10 more days. Okay. I'm not going to discourage you from continuing your cycle of medication, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to encourage you to look into, once this medication is done, how to maintain health. I'm sure you are. I don't know how you're doing it. I'm sure you are overwhelmed with the meds. I'm pretty sure you are. And that's what they want. If you were to, I don't know if you must be covered in some kind of way with your method you're taking, but I've had a period where I was associated with someone who didn't have coverage, and the medication that this person has to take, what the price of the medication they are making off one person, absolutely brilliant in relations to making money. That's the biggest con going. It really is. And like I said, I think doctors, nurses, they all, to get into that field, you have to love people, because you're dealing with people who are not well. You should have compassion. You should have patience. And as much as it makes you money, it's still like, I mean, it's no one wants to see someone not well. Oh, you're on disability. Okay. Well, like I said, I'm going to pray about it. You pray about it too. I've never really even thought about I did think about it once, because my brother and a lot of people out there have jobs where they're sitting, whether they're driving or sitting at a computer. And so oftentimes that impacts the hip, right? The hip issue. And I started to have that issue. I was driving for a bit. So I had to more focus on being limber. Okay, this is not associated with what you're doing, I know. But did they talk to you about how mobile are you? Are you able to walk? Are you able to stretch? Like what can you do? What are you able to do? Are you able to stretch at all? Are you mobile? How mobile are you? Do you have someone helping you at home? Okay, that's a good thing. Okay, and how mobile, limber would you say you are? Can you sit down in a chair and bend forward? Limber, yes. Okay, that's good. All right. So what I'm going to suggest to you, my darling, is that you finish your medication you're taking. 'Cause I don't want to interfere with that. But I'm thinking more along the lines of when you are done your medication to seek out some independence in relations to medication and pain, and to be pain free. Okay. Somehow some nerve has been pinched or something while you're able to walk, but you're experiencing pain. Something's going on there. So, like I said, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse, but I definitely ain't running to no doctor for anything. What I've been through with the medical system, I will not go. I will not. I don't think they're out for personally, me anyway, for my health or well being. So I don't go. So I'm going to look into this for you. I'm going to suggest that that you try to maintain your ability to be limber as much as you can. Don't overexert yourself. Don't do it till you're feeling like extreme pain. But I would say to try to, because once you injure something, the body develops scar tissue, and it doesn't matter where it is. It could be a bunion, it could be a finger, whatever else, right? So you probably have a buildup of scar tissue where your injury was. So I'm going to suggest that you stay limber. And I'm going to see if I can find some exercises. I have my oh god, my email and my Instagram stuff in my description of my of this live and my other things. Message me, remind me what you were talking about here, and I'm going to send you some stuff. There's a gentleman that I follow on Instagram. He's from Canada, but he is very much about doing exercises for people who are not as mobile as maybe someone like me would be, in relations to getting more limber, dealing with chronic pain, etc. So I want to link you up to him. Okay. All right. That's not what I planned to go, but it was worth it. I'm glad I saw you, dear. Okay. Oh, you're in Mexico. What an honor for me. What a blessing. Thank you. So I'm not going to send you to him. I'm going to send you a link to what he does. So like when this is done, you can go to the description of the video of the live, and my email's there or whatever, and I will send you a link that way. Okay? Or I could try and if I don't hear from you, I'll try and I'll put it in the the description. He's very good. Very patient. He's got a good following. Okay. All right. It was a pleasure meeting you. Pleasure meeting you, my dear. And for all of you who support the channel, I appreciate you. I thank you. What else? That's it. I'm not going to come on today probably again unless something comes that the Lord leads me to, but this is going to probably be my live for the day. I want to go finish my ab workout and shower and prepare to pick up my daughter again, which from work. Thank you for the heart, sweetheart. I appreciate you. Thank you. Yes, I'm glad we met too, dear. All right. Until next time, guys, remember you are made marvelous. You are a special, very unique generation of people. You were not a mistake. God foreknew you. So you were chosen for this time. All right. Until next time, guys, be blessed. Love you.